Listen here, people. I'm not here to clean up your messes. This is a lamp, not a mop.
See, now it's dropping again. Let's see what's going on though. YouTube working. It doesn't show anything on YouTube or Twitch whenever I tab out. I didn't realize that. I need to pull it over to the other window so that way I can see.
Nothing wrong with a life of peace.
I want to see if the quality's working. Alright, so YouTube has it on there. Does YouTube have... Gosh, I need to get this all figured out. There it go. There we go. Twitch, get mute. Let's test the music. Okay, so YouTube's still picking up the music. Oh, I died of... Okay, so I need to figure out how to change that, because it's not supposed to be picking up that track. Oh, you know what? I turned Spotify back on. Audio property. Close that. Now let's turn Spotify back on.
Picked up a few tricks during my wandering.
All right. I died to the drugs. I think it's like a solo game I'm just testing. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out all these settings before I get into it. Tried starting that stream on the last game, which we won, but it's been tricky trying, because like I was trying to rebalance the frame rate because I want to get, you know, obviously like the best quality without the frame stutters. Right now this feels good. I'd say the only issue I see with like this is gonna be mostly related to the alt tabbing. Like I can't swap to the other. Like if I alt tab to like my OBS to do anything. So if I want to click on anything, if I want to change scenes, I can't do that in game. It's like I shouldn't realistically be doing that too much when I'm in game. I need to turn off the side of it. I think Twitch is fine. Let's see what happens when I drop this to borderless.
Well, the end of the world isn't gonna stop.
What's my frames end up looking like? So far this seems good. Get that there, because now this gives me, like, I guess, the ability to keep the game running while I'm streaming. The biggest thing is I just don't want to get frame dropped. That's really the only thing I'm afraid of.
These old foes haven't failed me yet. Gotta go. The eternal light needs more fuel.
So far this feels good. I'm honestly thinking about... the only thing I care is I have a little bit of anti-aliasing. I want max performance though.
No sword and shield beats old fate.
Do I have anti-aliasing? See. It does have anti-aliasing. That's what matters to me at the end of the day. Because that's what really, like, that's, I'd say, probably the biggest difference. Like, I'm going to miss out on some of the effects, of course, when it comes to just, you know, playing without the higher quality. So, like, you know, some things that have shadows or special effects might look a little bit worse. But at the end of the day, I'm here to win league games. I'm not here to have cool effects. And anti-aliasing is really the only thing that's going to end up mattering for that. For people who don't exactly know what anti-aliasing does, is that basically where you get like these curved walls here, for example, the anti-aliasing just makes them look curved, where if you didn't have that curved wall would be almost like a pixel staircase, you know? Or like this one here would be like a pixel staircase. So it's just a matter of how smooth do diagonal lines really look in your game. That's really all anti-aliasing does. But it's very intense on your system, but it's, in my opinion, one of the best things for just getting a clean looking stream or gameplay. It's probably not as extensive as, like, say, like frames, but it's probably pretty close to there in the amount of graphicsing processing it takes. I just want to mess around a little bit longer, make sure everything's running smooth. I don't want to get a bunch of frame drops when I go to swap over. What ended up happening though is I started the stream earlier, a little bit ago, and I was getting a bunch of frame issues, and I was like, alright, something's going on here. Like, I don't remember it really dropping this much whenever I was like doing this in the past. Like, what's the issue? I ended up figuring out that it was, for some reason, whenever I re-downloaded OBS and I tried to get it to set the best settings it could for me, it decided that I should be playing with, what's it called? I should be using my CPU to encode instead of my GPU. And my GPU is way better than my CPU for, like, encoding streams and recordings. So while my CPU, like, my CPU just was, it was eating up. At the end of the day, I usually make my GPU the strongest piece in my computer because it typically handles the most of the processing of things that I tend to do. And so it was not getting taxed at all because League's not very taxing for my GPU, and it wasn't doing the streaming, while my CPU, which is usually more limiting than my GPU for League frames and quality and stuff like that, was the one picking up the slack, and it was causing me to get a bunch of frame stutters. But it looks like this is like kind of working. You know, it feels way better now that I don't have OBS trying to pull all of my encoding through my CPU. My frames have been more stable at about 180, which is good enough. I don't like it when my frames drop down to about 100. 100 is usually the point. I know, like, there used to be old saying, like, oh, a human eye can only see, like, a difference up to 60. It's wrong. You can see beyond 100 FPS. Your eyes don't have an FPS sensor, I guess. To a degree you do, where, like, there's gonna hit a point where it's so small you can't feasibly perceive it, but 60 is definitely not that limit. Gosh, I still remember that back in the day whenever people would always say that. And, like, I even believed it because, you know, I was, like, a gullible teenager. It's a lot harder to notice, I would say, whenever you're, like, watching versus playing, too. So, like, when you're just watching it, like, yeah, you can get away with watching stuff at, like, 30, 48, like, 60, hell, even, like, cinema, one of the biggest, like, standard, like, videography used to be at least 24 FPS. And, like, you don't really notice it all that much because it's, like, enough that your brain kind of connects the dots. But when you're looking at it real close and you're really trying to analyze stuff, especially in a game where, you know, you're relying on visual sensory to, like, decide where your mouse was at and stuff like that. When you're doing that, when you have that type of stuff going on, it does actually make a difference to have that extra, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80 frames per second, and not having it really throws you off. One thing I want to talk about while I'm still just testing is making sure it feels good. I just want to say, I think people really are sleeping on what Jungle's getting next season. So, like, I don't blame people for being disappointed and stuff, especially, like, Jungler. So, they're purposely nerfing Jungler, like, the jungle role, for the sake of, like, oh, everyone's always like, Jungle's OP. And to some degree, they are right, that, like, Jungle does have a lot of influence on the game. But I think it just comes at, like, I think a lot of that's just due to people's warped perception of, like, how Impact is, like, come about. It's not that, like, Jungle champions are getting super fed and need to be weaker physically or something in the game. It's just the fact that, like, in the early game, you have the freedom to kind of do whatever the hell you want. And I guess, like, they're just trying to make, like, the way that they're going about trying to balance it, well, one, I think it's a futile cause. At the end of the day, Jungle's still going to be the strongest role in the game as far as, like, your individual impact. And it's just it's just going to be a result of the situation where, like, even though you'll, like, the ADC will have more damage in the late game, if your ADC doesn't make it to the late game, it doesn't matter that they had this quest that gave them gold and stuff like that. Where if my ADC makes it to the late game because I ganked them more and I make better ganks and I secure objectives, if they make it to the late game, mine does, then yeah, they'll be more powerful still. And as at the end of the day, it was because of jungle influence. But I do think that they're going about it in, like, the completely wrong sense, I think. But I guess we will see how it turns out next season. Plus, I think another thing that comes out, this is what I was actually going to get into. So they're trying to nerf the jungle role, sure, right? I get you. I understand. But everyone's like, oh, like top lane's gonna be so strong and ADC's gonna be so strong, and like I guess that like the ultra late game, there is some truth. Like those two roles will be stronger than the rest of them in the like late game, because I mean, being level 20 to level 18 is an advantage, and having, you know, a whole extra item is an advantage. I think mid lane's gonna get the kind of like the shortest end of the stick with everything. The boots are like nice. I'm not gonna shit on the boots at the end of the day. I would like to have upgraded boots and, you know, the jungle role, for example. But in the mid game, before, like basically before you have 5 items and boots, the jungle role's getting probably the single best buff. Maybe not the single best. I mean, I guess it would be nice to get like straight gold injection, which the other roles like ADC does, or like to get a straight XP injection, like, and all sources like top lane does. But like, just think about it. Jungle is going to get a boost in both gold and XP when farming. The main way you basically are getting a part of the top lane buff, and you're getting part of the ADC buff. So you'll surpass the mid laner, because usually you're about a level behind the mid laner in like the early to mid game. So not only will you now be closing that gap on the mid laner and XP, and then possibly surpassing them after like minute 15, but you'll also be getting more gold than anyone else for like just basic farming, except for, well, the ADCs. And I mean, Jungle Quest farming minions, like these monsters, I mean, super easy. I mean, I usually get it done sometime between like 14 and 17 minutes into the game. So from that point on, you get extra gold and extra XP. Like people are talking about it's going to be like possibly a ganking meta. I think all those people are forgetting that like you need to get to your item like as soon as possible. You need to get your quests done. So you need to be like turbo farming next season to keep up. And then once you hit like once you hit like minute 14, you'll be able to just outpace all the other roles in gold and XP except top lane. You'll be able to outpace all the other roles in gold except for the ADC. I don't know. I think people are really sleeping on it. Jax is also getting a pseudo buff next season. I'm starting to feel like this is going good. I haven't really noticed too much in the way of frame drops. I'm gonna send it, but something else that oh wow, what? That was strange. I'm gonna do a quick check on server statuses. There. Sound detector. Nothing going on at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird that I got that update, but I'm good. Might have to restart my client. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart. I don't know what was going on with that. I also have caps on. But yeah, that's my take on the upcoming season for League. I think people have a completely wrong read what's going to end up happening with jungle. I think farming junglers are going to be the strongest, especially ones with really good clear speeds, because they are slowing down the clear speed in jungle a bit. So people who, I mean, the fast clears are just going to keep being strong, in my opinion. Then, I mean, after the fast clears, it'll yeah, just I think it'll be important to get to your quest item, then you'll start getting extra gold and XP. It'll let you, during the mid-game, snowball even harder than you were this season. And while other roles will be able to match you in, say, gold or XP, for example, top and bot, at least this way you'll be able to get some, like, you'll be able to get the best of both worlds. A little bit of each. You'll still have a ton of impact in the sense that, well, you're a jungler, so you can kind of just do whatever you want. No one's gonna kind of stop you. Just walk around the map and gank whatever lane you feel is a great one to gank. And another thing, you have increased move speed in the jungle. If that is not like out of combat locked, that's going to be kind of wild to deal with. And then on top of it possibly not being out of combat locked, that would allow you to maybe not take the blue jungle pet, because the blue jungle pet gives you speed ups when you like take camps or go through bushes, which like that could be even stronger with the increased move speed in the jungle. But also you would get you'd possibly be able to take the red or green smite. It might become more viable to do that because there's a certain point where move speed's not going to be a stat worth taking if you already have enough of it. You know, like if you're already, you can run across the map in 2 seconds, you don't need more moves. You know, like in the jungle, if you're already running everyone down, you don't really need per se. But you might be able to take the green jungle pet, for example, on like Jax, that I've been playing a lot of. You know, imagine Jax with like a 300 HP shield. You know, it's just basically you just get 300 HP every time you go into combat. And that's pretty good. That's going to be a combat buff in a sense. You also get like smite. I hope that they make that they give you a little bit more jungle if they're giving. At the end of the day, if I'm a little bit weaker in the the hyper late game, but I'm stronger in the mid game, I guess that's fine. And I mean, at the end, there's also this area too where like ADC's getting a little bit more damage. I mean, they already like 2-shot you in the late game anyways. Like, what's one more item gonna? Oh, they're gonna 2-shot me just as hard. And also, you gotta think of it as like a math thing. Okay, so going from 5 to 6, that's an increase of 20% in item stats, but not all items are created equal. So there's like a kind of like a drop off in that sense, where like your best items are already kind of purchased. But on top of that, you have to account for like the base stats of champions. The base stats of champions already make up like a decent amount of like power themselves. Like let's say that like the base stats of the champions are. Well, I mean, I'd have to say like you usually end up with like maybe let's just give it 100 base AD, like 2,000 HP. 40, like 50 magic resist, and 100 armor. I mean, that's already like, let's see, 2 AD items. I don't know, that's maybe somewhere in the realm of like 4 items, maybe 5 items worth of stats that you just get outright from being a champion. So if you start thinking about it like that, like let's say, let's just use low number, you know, 4 items worth of stats, and then you get 5 items worth of stats in a normal game now, so you'd end up with like 9 items worth of stats. Going from 9 to 10, I mean, that's an increase of maybe 11%. If we're saying it's 5 for the champion, 5 for their inventory, and like splitting it half and half, you know, I think their goal was to make it like 60-40, with like 40% being character and 60% being items. It's still, at the end of the day, you're probably, I think that's what it was. It might have been the other way around. At the end of the day, though, all I'm saying is that like going from 5 to 6 items sounds like a big deal, but it's really kind of a small increase relative. It's the difference of, you know, 10% better stats, and like I said, the best items will probably already be purchased on that champion, so I don't know. I just don't think it'll be as impactful as people make it out to be. Same thing, like going from level 18 to 20. I mean, you're talking a couple hundred golden stats. Some champions, like, okay, obviously, like Udyr is going to get a lot more out of it than other champions might. Because a champion like Udyr, what the hell? They have Zyra Emilio bot lane. I'm assuming it's Briar jungle, but I guess it could be Nidalee jungle, Briar top. Yeah, someone on the other team had to be abandoning that. I was so confused. I had no idea. What was I saying though? Yeah, so top lane, I mean, you're talking a couple hundred gold stats. Like, I think that, like, a level up is considered to be, like... I think it was, like, I think the number is usually somewhere between, like, 3 and 500 gold worth of stats. Or 3 and 600 gold worth of stats. So, they're basically getting, like, a pickaxe and a root crystal worth of stats. You know? Like, and it's not even all in AD or all in armor, all in magic. It's kind of spread out. So, it's like, you know, you're talking, like, a 3% increase to magic resist, or like a 3% increase to armor, or I'm trying to think. It was like, let's say you got like 580, you know, and you have like 200, you know, that's like a 2.5% increase in AD. So you're not really getting tons out of the levels past level 18. Some champions will get more, like Darius. His passive keeps scaling past level 18. So Darius will end up getting, because I saw someone was doing that earlier. Yeah, like with him, with Darius, yeah, you're gonna get a bit more out of your passive. Zaheen, same thing. He goes from 2.8 to 2.8, 2.0. Get 12 stacks, 36 times 2. You get to 36, and then yeah, you're gonna end up with like 70 increased damage. I'm not exactly sure, but still, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a fair bit.
Let's do this.
Of increased stats for him, but like other champions, like I don't know, let's think like Riven, for example. To my knowledge, Riven doesn't scale with any of the stats that you're really getting from 1820, aside from like a little bit of the defense. Like you're not gonna complain. Like I don't think someone should complain about getting free couple hundred armor, or not HP, or like a little bit of armor, so you get like 200 more HP. Maybe it's 50. You're gonna get like 6 more armor, 2.5 more magic resist, 8 to 10 more AD. I mean, I guess it's not really something to complain about, but I don't think it's a marginal bonus. It's ripped. I think they swapped. I think it's Riven top, Aatrox jungle. Rocket this top. I moved to advance, like he's in that regard, and I feel like Fizz could be kind of annoying. At least Aatrox. I think Riven would be fine with that. I think that's a Kennen mid. I'm gonna go Merc Treads this game because Kennen micro stun combined with Riven stun and Soraka root, those 3 things could be annoying. And also it'd give me some magic resist. Kai'Sa's usually end up going mixed damage. So it'll be good there, and it'll be good into the Kennen, so that way I don't have to buy tons of magic spots. And then also it's really just a tenacity and getting some magic resist where I can. And I'll go Zhonya's to deal with Aatrox, Riven, and the other half of Kai'Sa's. Also, Kennen, I can just... That'd probably be kind of huge, but I'd have to make sure I'm in a place where I don't just immediately get, like, silenced by Soraka, silenced out of it, or, like, knocked up by Riven or Aatrox, or stunned by it. That's stuff I need to think about while I'm doing this, but also having Malzahar I think will be kind of nice, unless he tries to ult the Kennen at the same time Kennen ults him. That's something I've seen, is that like Kennen's, like a lot of Malzahars will try to ult the Kennen as the Kennen's ulting, and then they just get stunned and they lose their ult. They don't get anything out of it, but like maybe we can kill him before the end of that. I have the Asian ADC, so that's basically saying we're gonna win. Yeah, they don't have an Asian on their team. Rookies. Get out on that map. I want to try to get in the bush up here. Yeah, my FPS hanging in fine right now. Bonk.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Right, I just want to fish real quick. There we go. Got my gold.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, time to see if this Common Neo is a goated Riven player or not. Riven's a strong champ. Not like, I guess, excellent into Jax. It's sort of a skill matchup ever since, to my knowledge, ever since they changed Jax W to be unstoppable. Because you used to be able to cancel Jax's auto, so you would time it with when he, like, because yeah, you see how like the lantern lights up a bit whenever you hit W. A lot of Riven players knew the timing well enough, like especially like OTPs or whatever, would know the timing and they would cancel it, to my knowledge. Because of like, from just watching people, because I'm not a Riven player and I haven't played the game I guess all that long to really have that experience level, but I just know it's like what they used to do. And so Jax would lose the ability to get his W auto off because they would cancel it with their W. But I know that they changed that probably, I think it was about 2.5 years ago. They changed Jax W and made it so that it was unstoppable. Ever since then, it's been a more even matchup because Riven can't cancel it. So even if she tries to W your W auto, in fact, Jax players now, not only can Riven not cancel it, which is not good for her, but for the Jax players, you can actually time your W for when Riven goes to cancel your auto. And that's good for, like, you, because then you still get to hit her and she doesn't get to cancel your auto. I want to step over here. Because if Riven comes over the wall, I want to be able to see it. Bruh.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh. Okay. They got it, damn it. That's fine. I was like, hold my breath. I think he actually cleans up there too. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's see if I can run straight to the scuttle. Maybe I can beat the Riven there. Sucks that she killed me. Hoping I could get that hit and then die to Fizz maybe.
Always a reason to keep on keeping on.
Okay, well, I got ganked. Sucks. Has got first rotate.
Those knuckleheads are getting too rowdy.
I'm still suffering a little bit of frame drop. I'm gonna have to get it out somehow.
Boldness is earned, win after win. I'll test their mettle against my fire.
Sucks a little bit, but not a big deal. I'll scale. I just need to play calmer.
Some say I
I think my Fizz is going Lichbane.
go for a boiled egg right about now. This one's got fire. Start round here. Guy looks mighty free.
My goat. Yeah, it's not worth it. Just get a reset in. We need not be idiots and throw away anything we just gained.
Warriors, rulers, gods,
If I lose my
bleed the same.
my red, it's not the end of the world. I can trade. I want to get level 6 off this, and I can look to. Malzahar doesn't have his ult at the second. Alright, I want to skip my romp in case there's a chance that like the Riven might come and try to invade my camps. Be good to be able to get there faster so I can figure that out so I know what to do. Alright, didn't take Raptors. That's a good sign for me. Not a perfect sign though. That was perfect timing. He stunned us, but he was stunned too because of my E. Glad that my Malzahar knew what I wanted. I mean, I was like right off his ult cooldown too, which is big for us.
Gotta keep limber in my
An ally has been slain.
Acacia fell, but the rest of the world won't follow. Not on my watch.
Rampage.
Wait a second. Forgot my fishing pole.
I'm just gonna ward there for my teammates' sake. Oh, my eyes are watering a little bit. Keep getting some HP. I don't want to get assassinated. That's the big thing. Jax likes to be able to weave in and out of fights. You don't want to be assassinated, so I'll just keep it up, building my Sundered Sky slowly, using some of the HP components.
Another heroic last.
Alright, I figured that would be gone, so I took his Gromp. There's a line here. Alright, my Malzahar has his ult again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Raptors, and while I'm there, probably... Okay, he's resetting, so... He just warded there.
About my face gets a mouthful of lamb. Nothing wrong with a life of peace. Could never find one myself.
I don't know where the hell that ward marked. Seraphine's going topside, so I don't really want to be testing my luck with that.
Acacia, first line of defense.
My Seraphine's cooked, she overcooked.
An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
The simple things.
Might be able to take the tower.
Turret plating will fall soon. Unstoppable.
Sword and shield beats old faithful.
Has destroyed a turret.
I'm a Jax of all trades.
Well, the Kennen used his strongest abilities, so... Got her. That's fine. Oh, this Rock is a 1 HP. I wish Caitlyn had like... Oh. She stepped in one step too close. I absolutely destroyed that Riven's HP bar though. He disappeared. My teammates might actually just be able to straight up take that. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, there's no point in me even running there. They either get it or they don't. So I'm just gonna head towards my topside camps. Oh, she almost got it.
Old man with a lamp coming through.
This is kind of make or break for that. That's fine. I got it. That's boots.
Enemy double kill.
Oh, sucks that Riven got that too.
Slain.
I'm the only one who got away from the cannon ult. Give the tower, it's not a big deal. Don't want to get dove.
A summoner has disconnected. Your turret has been destroyed.
I hope he didn't permanently leave. Maybe it was like a frame issue.
Always a reason to keep on keeping on.
Sucks, my camps are gone. That's alright. I'm almost 2 items. I'm not too worried about being a little bit of gold behind. I'm Jax, I scale. I'm not doing terrible on gold either. Like, of all the people on my team, I'm doing probably fairly decent. My Malzahar's probably doing the best at 5 and 0. He's kind of goated, I guess. Super rich. I'm like rich minor, you know? Rich light.
Wholeness is earned win after win. I'll test their mettle against my fire.
Alright, I got item. I need to get a reset. Ah, shit. Good play. Oh, I guess that no one's here. Do. Picked up like 4 roses. That's wild. That's fine. My team gets mid tower off that. Oh, well, they got flash. Bro's going 80 fizz. He's upset that he's losing.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Like, he was going Kraken Slayer Fizz. Ran our game down.
Don't much care for the humbling.
Your turret
Oh well.
has been destroyed.
We go fight this guy real quick. Not the end of the world.
Defeat.
Mid Mouse had decent cash, but yeah, it turned into a 4v5 and then. Check Discord. A lot of people who are playing, what's it called? EFT. EFT ain't for me. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just not one that I've grown an affinity for yet. I don't think it really engages the same way in solo. It's still fun. I think it's just casual. Something where I'm like in the action. I can like improve not just brain but mechanics and just itches that more. FT. Summoners. I watched Carhust. I'm not dealing with that champ. I played against it a few times. It was like strong for a bit, and they're really pumping it. It was like right after Bars does like he does a lot of them revolve around a lot of Vars videos are based with oh, champions everyone hates, champions everyone loves, like why everybody loves this, hates this. Is this champion designed well? How does this champion fit into the game? These abilities are toxic, stuff like that. He made a video on Karthus, and then I had to play against him. Karthus went from being a champion I saw like once in a blue moon, and turned into a champion that I saw like once every 3 games for like a week. It was so terrible to play into. Because the people that were playing him were just like, they were just farming like 80 CS a second, just running around. They just hit R, my whole team will fucking die. So, it doesn't feel good. And I know Jax, as a champion, biggest weakness in the jungle is early clear speed. It's not until you start getting like Trinity done, and then like once you get to like Zhonya's really a perfectly fine clear speed, because it gives you the AP on your E to really burst the camps down. Because it's usually, especially champion like camps like Raptor, really bad. But anyways, once you get to that point, you're usually pretty fine. But in the early game, you don't have a very good clear speed, and that's pretty rough, especially into a Karthus. Basically, is level 4 before you are done with before you hit your 6th camp to get to your level 4. You know, like he's like basically a whole camp ahead of you, if not more, at bow. Just based off clear speed, if they know how to like clear efficiently, you know. So best to just ban a champion like that. I don't have any advantages to him aside from straight 1v1 thing. If I kill him in a 5v5, he still kills my team. He doesn't really auto much, so I'm not going to be blocking tons of damage with my E. I'll block a little bit because of block on E, but blocking a ton from other things. Farms faster than me. Scales hard. Just as hard, if not harder, than Jax. I can personally negate his damage. Can't personally, like, I can't negate it for my entire team. Someone like Soraka who counter by having R, you know, Soraka holds R and then kills her entire team at the same time that he uses his R to kill the entire team. Like, that would be kind of big. Or like someone like Bard, yeah, Bard, keep his ult to ult him and another, or like a low HP enemy or ally, I mean, save them from Perthus, but Jax just doesn't have any tools to help his teammates, and he has no meaningful advantage. The 1v1 jungle up, so it's best for me to get rid of it. Plus, my usual bans are gonna be like like Kayle. I hate playing into Kayle on most champions, but Jax doesn't have like the worst matchup into Kayle, mostly because like I can stun Kayle and also block her autos, so it's not the worst matchup for Jax. Oh, I got a tenor. Let's go.
Warriors, rulers, gods, they all bleed the same.
Alright, I should sit up. One, it's better for my posture. Two, it's better for my focus on the game. Three, I can get the mic in front of my face, that way I can hear. Oh my gosh, the one fucking Krug reset. I hate these little bugs. I hate the jungle pet, honestly. I think the jungle pet was one of the worst additions to jungle. Not because I don't think that the jungle pet, the AoE damage, stuff like that was particularly a bad idea, I guess. I think it was just poorly implemented in the way that it ticks. Because of the fact that they tried to give it a visual in the jungle pet in particular, like that little critter that is in my game, that is the issue in my opinion. You just made it an AoE buff around my champion that had a designated zone and didn't require a little blue critter to jump around. My game would feel so much better. I had a real slow clear this game. I'm too low to stay here. Look, I like you bot lane, but I have 1700 gold to deal with. They need to run.
Might have to make another heroic last stand.
They got the first 3 kills, sadly. But we have 5 kills total, so. My bot lane dying and then my mid lane died, but then I got 2 kills after the fact. Which is good for me, Idle. It's good that I got a good start, because I'm Jax, and Jax is a good scaling champion. Sucks that my teammate just tried to dive him.
Boldness is earned win after win.
has been slain.
Those born in the field beats Old Faithful.
That's big. I made it there just in time. That was amazing pings by my teammates. They got baited in, died. 2 for 0. Big.
Got any senior discounts? Living through rough times makes you appreciate the simple. Hard-boiled egg. Any good fishing spots around here? Prophet of the void?
I think Teemo will be pretty nice for our team to have in the mid to late game.
Nothing wrong with a life of peace. Could never find one myself.
So the reason I want to take that top one first, for me, it primarily comes down to the fact that I can jump the wall here. So, like, I'm just going to drop that ward just in case I need to, because I don't want to get like Malzahar ult and then not have the ward down. I'm just going to drop it now. Jump out. I'm going to go red down to bot.
My fire.
Skip my Krugs for now. Not a big deal. It's okay to give up a camp, like to not clear all of your camps every single time. Just want to not have too many situations where you're purposely skipping all of your camps.
Any good fishing spots around here?
Let's just do the drag. They have that guy.
Some say I'm battle hard.
Pull it out. Oh, I'm so low. Oh, I died. Ah, no, wait, why'd you? Okay. That's okay. Oh, I died to Malzahar, but I did kill the Silas, so that's fine. Alright, so I'm just gonna run straight towards the bot side. I have 3 camps and Scuttle there. I have full item. I'm just gonna go ahead and look for the opportunity. Malzahar, no ult. I'm not gonna be able to take the dragon because my team's on a reset angle, so not a dragon angle for me. Why did he send that? Oh, he just killed himself. So when your teammates kill themselves, you don't say anything and you just move on and you just farm your camps. You're Jax and you scale. Who cares if you lose a dragon? No? They got it. I'm just gonna invade his top side.
Fall into the void, bound to your weapon.
Took the Pantheon ult, so Silas does have that. He's a little bit higher level than me, mostly just because he's a little bit ahead in farm. I got a good bit of gold though. I think I have him in gold beat. I'm gonna level up after 1 or 2 camps. It's just because he's further along his jungle item. So like he's got a couple more treats and a couple more camps taken. I've been collecting a little bit more minion waves and just a little bit of CS behind, but up kills and assists. It's one of those things where you have the trade-off sometimes, you know? Malzahar is gonna get free kill. Silas. Oh god, my team, dude. That was terrible plays in the bot side. The Pantheon was just going for too much there. Alright. Oh, got a flash out. Are you kidding me? The amount of damage that Senna just healed and shielded on that guy was insane. It's alright though. I just need to keep up my farming. I am at the end of the day Jax. I have 2 deaths. That's more than you'd like.
Picked up a few tricks during my wandering.
Wait, why'd he ult there? Maybe he expected the Ezreal to like E in on top of my head or something. I don't know. That seems like a really bad ult. What's the Vex ping?
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
I love crybaby mid laners.
Well, the end of the world isn't gonna stop itself. Always a reason to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, figured there'd be something like that going on. Alright, I'm gonna head bot side. I got a 100 Sky. That's what I'll be doing.
Inflation's really getting out of control.
I don't really have a ton of stuns, so I think I just go. It's fine.
Shed my old face a long time ago. Didn't deserve it.
Right.
An ally has been slain.
First line of defense.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I guess he heals a lot more than I do. Oh no, why did you flash there?
Ally has been slain.
Why? I don't even know what to say. My team is falling apart, dude. Sucks.
My flame's been burning a good while.
I'm keeping Ezreal Senna out of the fight, and they lost a 2v3. Well, I guess it was like a 2v2, I guess, because of the fact that Vex got ulted by Mouse. I don't know. I'm working on it, trying to figure it out. Okay. Yeah, I need to mute this fucking Pantheon. Fucking dog shit calls. I'm not listening to him for the rest of the game. Oh, he's costing us the game. Solo, he's just been fucking running it the whole time. He sent it in on them like 1v2, 1v3, like 2 or 3 times right at the start of the game. New champion strong. And Teemo's not beating him.
Even though I've got how many eyes?
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Killing spree. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
Oh well. My team's running it. I don't give a shit. Let's surrender. They want to. My game's over at this point. Because Silas, Malzahar, Ezreal are just gonna live in my jungle with me. And I'm gonna get no farm for the rest of the game. We get Otacon. We get to my wolves in time to get a camp. Support this guy for like fucking disruptive gameplay, rank manipulation is fucking. He's manipulating my rank downwards. This is bad play. Camp's gone. Oh no, it's still here.
Might have to make another heroic last stand.
Ally has been slain.
Next fool to ask about my fate got a mouthful of lamb. Boldness is earned win after win.
I'm like doing secret agent farming in my own jungle. Ah, sorry, I had a tough nose.
Sword and shield beats Old Faithful. Nothing wrong with a life of peace. Even a life of itself.
Big. That's fine by me. I got a lot of gold there.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
Well, I collected a bunch of bounties, I think. At least one. I got Senna. Slain Ezreal. So I got the Senna bounty and then I killed the Ezreal. Silas still has a massive bounty, but he's an item ahead of me on the curve, so I'm not gonna really be able
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
not at the moment. Once I get to another item. Once I have Zonya's and I don't know, I'll probably have to go like fucking Cleaver to have damage to do anything this game. I'm gonna have to go probably like Cleaver and then I'm probably gonna have to go at least one more damage item. Oh, I almost got her. I was in the bush, but I guess they had vision probably. Big. And they end. Nice. Nice. Pantheon. At least we defended base. Alright, I got 3 items. Oh, rough. We're like scrapping for our lives now. 1 tower and 1 inhib left. I'm gonna keep them somewhere with.
Ally has been slain.
I don't know. Oh well. Nothing we can do. I was a rich little lad. But it was a 3-lane diff turned into looks like a jungle diff at the end. But it was a 3-lane diff. With me being the only strong champion. I'm not gonna on every single ran except maybe MF. MF was doing good. Everyone else fucking sprinted that game straight into the ground. I don't know what to say. I was doing good and then my team just kind of fell apart. I guess I gotta find draft into us. I'm gonna play one more, then I'll might call it. I just need to also double check, make sure everything in. Oh my gosh, that probably sounds fucking atrocious. It's just a piece of metal that I had on, like, arm slipped a little bit. But yeah, no, that was not a good one. Huh. Why is my mic going so high? Jeez. Right, let's just get this on. 1 second. I got that figured back out.
I'll lock in Jax first, and then they'll see Master Yi, and they'll think playing Jax top, Master Yi jungle, and then they're stomped by a Master Yi. Master action. Master Sweep. This is dress us on it. Apparently someone wants to play with Master top. Gonna be Master Yi top. Yep, Master top. That's fun. Hmm. Helios gets fed, we have a good chance. Helios is a very strong champion. I don't know if this has changed much since release, but my knowledge on release, Aphelios stomped. Like when she first released, you beat her at like every stage of the game. Straight up, like 1v1. Stomped her every stage of the game. So I'm hoping that it remains the same here. We can get a like hyper fed Aphelios, one shots the entire enemy team. Everyone that runs at him, I'll just try to keep them off. I'll play a try to maybe kill Yunara or something, kill Soraka fight play style.
Alright, I'm on my 1.6 million mastery point champion. I have no chance of starting anything except Q's, so I'm just gonna immediately put a point. There's no root point. I know on Jax, like, you can start W or E depending on the stun or the damage.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Oh, I wish you'd check, but we also have an Azir, which is a fine late game champion too. Like, we have a lot of damage in the late game as long as Master Yi doesn't turbo stomp our Zaheen. Zaheen scales. I don't scale, but I have 3 scalers, so I just need to help them get through to the late game, I guess. That needs to be my thing, is I need to use my speed to just try to make maybe a little bit of map impact. Alright, this is fine. Zaheen killed him on the dive. Let's go. He butchered the dive. That's what the Master Yis usually play for. They play around the fact that they can dive you pretty well with their Q, and so they'll try to push the wave into you and then dive you with Q, W. But the Zaheen survived. He burned his flash to do so, but I mean, burning your flash to get a kill is worth it in my books. That's fine. I need to immediately reset and go back to my camps. I don't want to take a fight mid. I have gold to spend. It was really good that my Aphelios got that double kill, though. He is right, he is some type of Asian speaking person. Bet on Aphelios is a good sign for our team. We'll gladly take it. Azir still has teleport, so I'm not worried about him. I think the big thing here is that we have better backline disruption than they do. Between Zaheen and I, especially me, and Azir too. They have a pretty decent team fight though, especially with Galio. Like his amount of CC inside of like a big team fight is pretty strong. I'm just gonna go start the dragon immediately. We got lead. I mean, we scale hard, and we have a nice lead going. I mean, that's the dream. I don't know where Briar's at. I don't know if they're like playing 4v5 or what's happening. I guess I haven't invaded her at all. I've just assumed she's been clearing the opposite direction of me. I'm gonna invade just to see. Although with this Scuttle farm spawning, I don't think that Scuttles will spawn while the other one's still up. Alright, I'm not gonna chase. Sucks that he survived on like 1 HP. Hate to see it, but at the very least, Azir didn't die. I'm gonna start hovering this way because I can maybe prevent the dive, which I assume is coming. Good work. Alright, I need to get... Oh, let's shove this out so we can look on the... Well, I'm dead. I didn't expect the ult. That's my bad. I'm an idiot. Just ping at danger. She's gonna get the grubs. It's not a big deal. I thought Zaheen would come, but I guess that's just a bad play on my part. So the issue that I had there with my thought process, what I need to do there is I need to just give the grubs. I'm too low of HP. Zaheen's also half HP. Azir didn't. I mean, he had prio, but he didn't have like tons of prio, I guess. So. Not really a smart position. I have no R. Briar does have R. Briar was probably had a little bit more gold spent than I did. I shouldn't have done any type of forcing there. I should have just left and farmed my camps. I should have just reset like I did basically from dying and just got back out on the map, farmed my camps. A ward down here for him. I will also probably go anti-heal. Because Briar and Soraka will be healing people. Like, Briar will heal herself and Soraka will heal all of their team. So. I will just suck it up and be the guy to do it. Slurkle. Well, the Galio ult kind of fucked me. I was out of everything else.
An ally has been slain.
Oh.
An ally has been slain.
Huh. Okay, it's not over. We can still do this. Their bot lane is hanging around too long. No Galio ult. I can look drag probably. Please help. Wait, no. My team just fucking did nothing. Ow. That sucks. Okay, never mind. I thought we would do something and we did nothing. Lose that part, I guess. It's not a big deal. I go 100% Berserker Greaves, I guess. Yeah, my team just did like no damage there, I guess. Didn't even kill the Briar. Oh, bled out. Wall. Kind of running the game. I'm not doing good. Not really running any more than anyone else, I guess, but I do have the most deaths. Not the circle. Let's go. They got it.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, it went somewhere. I'm guessing it went to the people who pinged it.
Has been slain.
Okay, well, Soraka's OP. Okay. Yeah, got that.
An ally has been slain.
Soraka got the kill, though. And good thing that champion can just heal you back to full. I hate that champ.
Has destroyed a turret.
That is not one of those. I think the game's better with that, with her type of champs, you know? It's one of those ones. I think that the way that she heals, like the amount, is just not good for the game. Because like she's not even usually like that easy to kill either, because she gains like a shit ton of move speeds. Like she's not easy to kill, and she heals her entire team back to full, like during a fight. I mean, I guess it's good if you can like get on top of her and like team and like burst one person out 100 to 0, you know, like that's good. But if you can't like burst them 100 to 0, she just heals them back to full in like 2 Qs or whatever. It's not even Qs, it's like E's or one of the two. Oh yeah, we got Aphelios, another kill. Doesn't matter if they try to heal either, because I've got anti-heal now. Just fuck that shit, you know? I'm not dealing with it. I'm just going to be a team player this game. I'm going to build all the items no one wants to build. I've got the anti-heal. I'll get Cleaver. Oh no. Oh, that was honestly pretty smart of him to immediately kind of stun me a little bit. Why would he drive it? I don't think there's any point driving it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cleaver. I'll go maybe like a Frozen Heart. Yeah. Make the freaks attack slower. Alright, I took all their anti-heal out. I got my anti-heal on all 4 of them. It's huge. %, of Soraka's healing in that fight didn't go off because I managed to hit all 4 people with my Qs. Oh, they almost, it felt like they were gonna out heal for a second and then they just got fucking nuked, dude. That's insane. Insane how much damage that champion does. But that's what I was meaning though. If we got Aphelios ahead, I mean, he's kind of 1v9, so. By 1v9, I mean, I just need to play around him. That's all I'm going to do for the whole game, is just keep playing around my Aphelios. You got a champion like that, I mean, I don't need to carry. I went Conqueror for this exact reason. I have Overgrowth. Like, I'm getting a little bit extra health there. He's almost got... I mean, he's a fair bit of his way towards, what's it called? Oh my god, that was clean. Oh. I tank it though. You know, that fight 2v4. Oh. Guy's my goat. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get all the assists this game, I guess. I mean, or not, Azir has just been sitting in the side lane. I mean, look at him. He's an item up on the Galio, just about. By an item, I mean, like, it's like a partial. He's like half an item, maybe a little bit over half an item up because he's got 50 more CS. He's just relaxed in the side lane, farming the whole time. There's a Aphelios 1v9 this.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I just want to go to my Aphelios. Oh my god, this guy's damage, dude.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
This poor Master Yi's not been allowed to get too far off the ground. Okay, all the enemies are dead. So we're gonna go take the dragon now, I think. I guess the Soul Point. We have 14 and 1 Aphelios, which is very good for our game. We have a Fed Azir now, and our Zahin's hanging in their top. He scales, so nothing to worry about there. I really just I was able to help a little bit. Yeah. I think it was over whenever we got that 2v4 fight on Otacon. To claim the objective as kind of the point this game was known to be over. That's a good game. That's a fine one to end on. Oh my gosh. I don't even think it was Top's fault. Like, that was... Yeah, I don't even think he did it. Top was really at fault. I mean, you guys got 4v1'd on Otacon, or 2v4 on. I was a broke boy, but had a really strong ADC. But it's good to get a nice easy win. So that puts me at 2 wins, 1 full loss, and 1 half loss from the AFK on the day. So actually, oh man, I end like 1 LP lower than ranking up. That sucks. But I'm gonna hop off here for now. For watching, I'm gonna check the VOD, make sure that everything sounds good. Right.